Welcome back, Steno Peeps, to a new dictation. Today we're doing a jury charge, and this is going to be surrounded around the topic of the Kardashians and Angela White, who was known as Blac Chyna, who actually sued the Kardashians in court. I only know this because I watched the episode, so I thought this would be an interesting one to do a jury charge around. Be sure to set your speed controller, and let's get started. Ready, begin. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, thank you for your attention and diligence throughout this trial. You are now tasked with the important duty of determining the outcome of this case involving Angela White, known professionally as Blac Chyna, and the Kardashian family, including Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, Kris Jenner, and Kylie Jenner. Your decision must be based solely on the evidence presented in this courtroom and the law as I will instruct you. This case centers around allegations made by Blac Chyna against the Kardashian family, claiming defamation, intentional interference with contractual relations, and emotional distress. The Kardashians have denied these allegations and counterclaimed, asserting that Blac Chyna engaged in behavior that justified their actions. First, let us address the charge of defamation. Blac Chyna alleges that the Kardashians made false statements about her, which were published and caused her harm. To find the Kardashians liable for defamation, you must be convinced beyond a reasonable doubt of the following elements. 1. The Kardashians made a false statement about Blac Chyna. 2. The statement was published or communicated to someone other than Blac Chyna. 3. The statement caused harm to Blac Chyna's reputation or standing in the community. 4. The Kardashians acted with actual malice or reckless disregard for the truth. You must carefully consider the evidence and testimonies provided. Did the statements made by the Kardashians harm Blac Chyna's reputation? Were these statements false? And if so, did the Kardashians know they were false or act with reckless disregard for their truthfulness? Next, regarding the charge of intentional interference with contractual relations, Blac Chyna asserts that the Kardashians intentionally disrupted her contractual agreements, leading to the cancellation of her television show and other business opportunities. To find in favor of Blac Chyna on this charge, you must be convinced of the following. 1. A valid contract or economic expectancy existed between Blac Chyna and a third party. 2. The Kardashians knew about this contract or expectancy. 3. The Kardashians intentionally acted to disrupt or interfere with this contract or expectancy. 4. The interference caused harm to Blac Chyna. Consider whether the Kardashians' actions were aimed at disrupting Blac Chyna's business relationship and whether these actions directly caused harm to her economic interests. Regarding the charge of emotional distress, Blac Chyna claims that the actions of the Kardashians caused her severe emotional suffering. To find in favor of Blac Chyna on this charge, you must be convinced of the following. 1. The Kardashians engaged in outrageous and extreme conduct. 2. This conduct was intended to cause or recklessly disregarded the likelihood of causing severe emotional distress. 3. Blac Chyna suffered severe emotional distress as a direct result of this conduct. Evaluate the severity and nature of the conduct described, as well as the impact it had on Blac Chyna's emotional well-being. The Kardashians have counterclaimed, asserting that Blac Chyna engaging in behavior that justified their actions. They argued that her conduct was harmful and disruptive, warranting their responses. You must consider whether Blac Chyna's actions contributed to the circumstances that led to the dispute. In assessing the evidence, consider the credibility of the witnesses, the consistency of their testimonies, and any supporting documentation or exhibits presented during the trial. Remember, your decision must be based on the preponderance of the evidence, meaning that it is more likely than not that the claims are true. Ladies and gentlemen, your duty is to apply the law impartially and to deliver a verdict based on the facts as you find them. You must disregard any personal feelings or biases and make your decision solely on the evidence presented in this courtroom. If you find that Blac Chyna has proved her claims against the Kardashians by a preponderance of the evidence, you should find in her favor. If you find that the Kardashians have proved their counterclaims by a preponderance of the evidence, you should find in their favor. It is also possible that you may find in favor of both parties on different claims or in favor of neither party. Please retire to the jury room. Select a foreperson to lead your discussions and begin your deliberations. Your verdict must be unanimous. Thank you for your service. All right, that was 7 minutes of jury charge. I'm glad we're able to build up your endurance on some of these different dictations and go a little longer than the 5 minutes. So if you stuck it out, well done. And you're probably going to need to add some of these names to your dictionary, I would imagine, as well. So just for the record, the Kardashians were sided with by the jury on all counts based off of what I saw on the show, in case you were wondering. And be sure to save this dictation if you want to practice some more jury charge, and I'll see you on the next one.